where
This
we are for now.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I'm recording the session as well so that if you want later on, I can certainly pass this on to you as well. Okay. All right. So before I move ahead, before I talk about the misconceptions which I've kind of just opened up for you to read, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Kushagra Singhania. People call me Kush. I've been working as a data scientist for about 7 years now. 7 to 8 years I've been in this field of data science, and overall I have about 10 plus years of experience. Okay, I'm an IT Delhi graduate. Passed out about 10, 11 years back, and have been very passionate about you know passionate about data science. So past 6, 7 years, there's been a lot of things that I've been doing in this field. These days, we're not just doing a training on data science. That is something which we really love to do. Is why we still do it, and we're very happy to help a lot of people make a good transition into their careers. A lot of you are stuck in your careers, right? So I've seen a few people while I was working back then, with 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years experience, and working bits and pieces into different technologies, and you're not really up at anything, and you feel that you are you're not up to the mark. You think that um, you're not in a certain technology, you've not really learned a lot of things, and the life is just drifting on, right? And you're looking for something which can help you move ahead. For all of those people who feel something of that is required, data science is one field which has come up very strongly, right? So we do train people a lot. We have a specific team which works on projects in data science. Apart from projects, we also do a bit of consulting. So there are multiple areas that dimensionless works in. Okay, this session is all about making you aware of how to make a career in data science. A lot of misconceptions, a lot of myths about it. I'll try and clarify some of them. Hopefully, I'll be able to add value to the session. Okay, so on that note, let's get started. Next 1 hour, 50 minutes should is what we'll expect to be pretty good. Okay. So I'm sure you are able to see my screen and able to read through this. So it says big data is same as data science. A lot of people feel that big data and data science are one and the same thing, which to be true is for the matter of fact, that's not true, right? So that they're two different things. Data science is all about learning R and Python. It's all about knowing programming languages, which again is the biggest myth in data science. So if you, and especially for people who in IT industry, right? So since we are working with a lot of code, we are doing a lot of programming every day. I mean, that is our bread and butter. That's what we do day in and day out. And we feel if you know that, you become a data scientist, and which is so far away from truth that I cannot even tell you. So Python and R are important aspects of data science, but they're not just, I mean, it's not just about that. There's so much more to data science than R and Python. Similarly, I need to be an expert programmer to work as a data scientist. Again, people can verify that it's not about coding skills, it's more about logic, right? So those who have been learning with me can easily vouch for that it's more about logic. Basic syntax you need to understand. If you spend 30, 40 hours learning things, you'll have to go back and see what is being done always. So there has to be a bit of hands-on. More hands-on you do, the better it is for you. Okay. Then you need to have a degree in to become a good data scientist. Again, data scientist is not about degrees. I'll buzz this myth also. It's more about your practical knowledge. Then a lot of people feel that you need to have worked in data related technologies, right? If somebody is a tester, they cannot transition to data science. If somebody is from a say .NET background, he's a .NET developer or a Java developer, they cannot come to data science. Similarly, people from quality, they feel they cannot get in there, right? Or business analysts, program managers. A lot of people have misconception that since they are working in a certain field, they cannot get into data science because it's all about data and they don't know about data. Okay, so that's again one of the very important misconceptions that people have about data science. Then when you get started in data science, you need to be aware of everything: data science, data analytics, big data, artificial intelligence. Without that, you cannot get a job, or you cannot get a good job in data science. Both of that is the thought is incorrect. Both of that is wrong, that you need to know everything when you get started. When you get started, you need to know only certain specific thing. Once you're good with that certain specific thing, you can easily work as a data scientist. Okay. All right. Then next is I need to be a certified data scientist professional. Without certification, you don't get a job in data science. That's something I'll talk about towards the end, right? That is also, which is a very, very big myth. Okay. All right. So I'll try and bust some of these myths. Mostly, majorly, I'll try and bust each of that, and I'll try and first introduce you to data science, and with that, we'll be able to know what needs to be done and what needs to be avoided. Fair enough. Okay. First things first, when you talk of data science, right? Data science is very popular now. Everybody has heard of the term data science. Artificial intelligence is the buzzword today. Big data analytics is the buzzword today, right? So there are multiple words there that you hear. Machine learning again is a word that you and I hear on a daily basis, right? Every day we read about these topics. But do we clearly understand the difference between these things? What data science is, what AI is, what ML is, but what analysis of data means, what data mining is. Are we aware of that?
No, I'm not.